Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our regular meeting, the last meeting of 2024. And also tonight, we will be presenting our budget for 2025. So with that, I will call the meeting to order. The agenda is there before you. Could I have a motion to approve, please? Moved by Councillor Crawley, seconded by Councillor King. All those in favour? Motion carried. Minutes of the meeting from November the 12th. Are there any errors or omissions? Okay. Any business arising? No. Okay. Correspondence, Madam CAO, any correspondence? No, we're good. Okay, so now we'll move on to planning and development update.
Good evening, everybody. The Planning and Development Committee, we met on December the 4th via Zoom with our CAO Marjorie Gibbons, our Director Robert Stacey, Councillor Steve Windsor, and myself in attendance. There were 7 applications reviewed during this meeting, 2 recommended for approval, which we have on the agenda tonight. Other applications that we had required additional information to be submitted for review. So our director's gone back to those individuals with looking for that information. Also during this meeting, we discussed our subdivision agreement document that we have been working on with our town planner. We have received several inquiries for proposed subdivisions, and the committee has decided to place a hold on those applications until that agreement has been completed. So we are in the later stages of that development agreement. We should have that soon from the town planner. And that then would need to be reviewed by legal before we enter into an agreement with the proposed developer. So we're hoping to provide consistency, more consistency and transparency with the developments that we have within the town. Okay. Okay. Okay, so our CAO just informed me that one of the applications has been, they've pulled it out because they didn't have the information that we required. So they've hauled that back, and I guess at a later date they may resubmit. Also, we discussed the next steps for the town plan. We are in the later stages of the new town plan, and that draft, we're hoping to have that posted on our website next week. The plan is then, or the step is then, for us or for the residents to be able to review the draft plan and provide any submissions, or they can also request on 101 with our town planner, which is scheduled for the 8th of January. So please keep an eye out for that document and review it. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can certainly make a submission, or you can meet one-on-one with the town planner. And other than that, we do have some motions, and I will ask my co-chair, Councillor Windsor, if you have anything to add.
I'll just jump in with a word of support, Deputy Mayor, and the subdivision regulations in particular. I think it's really important that we get it right. Committee and all of council, certainly we want to send a message that Holyrood is open for business, open for development in a sustainable, appropriate manner that learns from the mistakes of the past, follows a documented process with full agreements in place before shovels go in the ground. That's all I wanted to say, Deputy Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Windsor, for that. Okay, so our first motion is our permits, of course. Be it resolved to table and approve the attached permit listing. 6 permits were issued from November the 8th to December the 6th, 2024, and the permit number is 11-0140-24 to 11-0145-24, and includes permits for garage occupancy and building permits 1 and 2 residential. So moved.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Woodford, seconded by Councillor Windsor. Further discussion? If not, all those in favour? Motion carried.
The next is for a residential build in RMD zone. The location is 9 Mountain Edge Drive. Be it resolved that the Town of Holyrood approve the above application in principle, subject to the town's municipal plan and development regulations. So moved.
Moved by Deputy Mayor, seconded by Councillor Windsor. Further discussion?
That is just a regular residential build.
Correct. Okay, all those in favour? Against? Motion is carried.
And that is it for planning and development. Mayor, thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor. And now we'll move on to recreation and community events. Councillor Tilley.
A little bit slow moving this evening, I apologise. I just wanted to give a little quick recap of some of the things that we have been doing. Again, very quick, because we have a busy schedule. But just to talk the commendable work that was done and our Santa Claus parade that we had last Saturday. It was a great success. There was a lot of people out. It was great to see the community come together. Again, I think the Santa Claus parade and the community is a wonderful thing. We also had our park is lit. It's beautiful up there. Please go up and enjoy, take a walk, enjoy. It's absolutely beautiful up there. We do still have a couple of things that we do have coming. Again, we want to apologize for our town flyer not being out with the recreation, but due to the postage strike, that didn't happen. So again, Facebook is where we have everything put, and hopefully that the word gets around and as much as we can. But Thursday we have our senior shopping spectacular. That's going to be a wonderful event for seniors to be able to hop on a bus, go for the day. It's going to be a great success. I have a feeling I would love to be on that bus, because I'm sure there's going to be fun going out and coming back as well. We also have Sunday, we have Cram the Cruiser and Fill the Fire Truck. So that's a great way for people to come together and help out our community food sharing. It's from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So please, anything that you can support and help, it's great to have it done. Other than that, again, Christmas has been busy. It's busy for everybody. It's been great to see the support in the town and all the houses lit up. It's a festive time of year. So for recreation, that's all we have left for this year.
Thank you very much, Councillor Tilley. Any questions, comments? Okay, if not, we will move on to infrastructure and public works. We have Councillor King and Councillor Windsor.
Thank you, Mayor Gooby. Committee met on November 28th. Full attendance, myself, Councillor Sadie King, Director Stacey, CAO Gibbons, and yourself. I'm going to keep it really brief tonight, because I think the focus of tonight, as Councillor Tilley mentioned, is delivering the budget. That's what's most important. But just a few things from infrastructure and public works. Winter readiness is number one. You mentioned the Christmas lights and the parade going up, so shout out to the public workers for supporting those activities, but also other important activities. We've taken delivery of salt and sand. That's been tarped over. The equipment readiness has been prepared. Ready for winter. We don't want it to come, but we are ready.
It's coming.
We also discussed one piece of equipment, no big surprises there. You might recall we bought a brand new machine just last year, invested a lot of money in new assets. One of our older vehicles, 2005, is in need of extensive repairs. So we're getting a detailed report done. Then we'll come back to council with a recommendation. Teaser trailer, I would imagine the recommendation will be that it's beyond economical repair. The minutes from that committee are shared publicly with council, and right now it's it's approaching $30,000 in repairs. We have enough equipment. We have enough equipment for the staff that we have to take care of the roads that we have. We don't see investing further into that machine or replacing that machine at this time. More to come on that. The other things we talked about, the Abidas pumps, and we are currently investigating whether or not higher capacity pumps may be required. Other things that committee talked about, we're actively engaged with the engineering consultants on our major projects, investments, the sewer treatment plant project and upgrades project. Innovative engineering are engaged on that. The water sustainability and expansion project, CBCL are engaged on that. Those are ongoing discussions. And of course, as I always say, we like to do things in a logical, sustainable manner, engaging the professional people, so we do it right. So that's what the staff is doing. So more to come there. Just want to give you an update that we are, in fact, talking about it on an ongoing basis and getting the advice from the right people. And last but not least, just a recap from the director on the work orders completed in 2024. Approaching 120 work orders now, and that doesn't actually include all day-to-day activities. Those are, say, more major work orders. So a very good year of performance by Public Works. I'd like to thank the director and all their staff for the work they've done, and look forward to a successful 2025. That's it for Public Works. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Any questions, comments? Okay, if not, we'll move on to economic development. Deputy Mayor.
The Economic Development Committee, we met on December 3rd with our CAO, Marjorie Gibbons, our mayor, and myself in attendance. There was one business application reviewed that did not go to planning and development because we're still working with the applicant on figuring out exactly what they need for that business. Also, we met with the representatives from Hydro here on December 3rd as well. They provided information on the proposed combustion turbine project here for Holyrood. And while it's still in the early stages, they promised continued communication with the town as they move forward. So that's a very positive sign from Hydro. Also on November the 15th, the committee met with Goody Hutchings, the Minister of Rural Economic Development, the Minister responsible for ACOA, along with some officials from the local office here. We provided an update on the ACOA funded projects that we have here in Holyrood. And we gave an overview as well on the current economic development within the town, and and how we're looking to move forward with that in the town. It was a really good meeting. It was an excellent opportunity for discussion of their continued support and interest in working with the town on future initiatives. Other than that, Mayor, that's all that we have for the town of, oh my Lord, for economic development. I'm looking at Town of Holyrood symbol there. But that's it from us.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you very much. Any questions or comments? If not, we will now move on to public safety, and Councillor Bruce King and Councillor Tilley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to keep this short.
And I don't believe you.
Big, great politician. First thing out of your mouth is a lie. No, I'm going to condense it. We had our public safety meeting on the 3rd of December. In attendance was Councillor Tilley, the fire chief, the mayor, and myself, and our CEO sent her regrets. Some of the points that we did cover, that we cover pretty well this time of the year, is with regards to safety, with regards to Christmas. And the biggest one is the people that have live trees, to make sure that they're well watered, because they dry out pretty quick and all of a sudden they turn into a complete fire hazard. The other thing is having the octopus hooked up to your side of your house with cables running all over the place. You need to be careful about those type of things, because you don't want to ruin Santa by burning down your house. So, and the fire department will be putting out little hints and helps of the things that you should do, and also, more importantly, the things that you shouldn't do. Two of the other things I wanted to discuss is with regards to, there was several incidents of calls. One was a structure fire and one was a medical emergency. And it only stresses the importance, I guess, of having a full-time fire department. Because I should say from normal working hours from 8 to 4 in the daytime, because that's both of those incidents happen during the day. And with regards to the structural fire, the fire department was there within probably less than 10 minutes, and they managed to put the fire down so it did not spread to the rest of the building, which was good. The other one was a medical emergency, and when the call went in, within the space of 3 minutes, the attendants were there on the scene. I'm not going to read out who the person was or the people was, but I will read one paragraph out of the letter that they sent to council and to the fire department. So I think it needs to be read, and I'll make it as quick as possible. The emergency response team of 2 ladies who attended to our call for help just before 8 a.m. Shift was they were simply outstanding. They arrived within 3 minutes, assessed the situation, and immediately called an ambulance, which was there within about 5 minutes. This cannot always happen, we realize, given that we are only 10 to 15 minutes from the main station. We cannot let professional groups of people go without acknowledging their response. Since we've looked at what it takes to become an emergency responder, it takes up to about 40 courses to get to that level, and they were more than happy with regards to how everything unfolded. And I know there's people here in Holyrood that have been soliciting to the idea of a all-volunteer fire department. Right? They want to go back to a volunteer system, and using a line out of Kamala Harris's speech, we're not going back, right? Because we've come too far forward. We have an outstanding fire department. They're equipped with all the requirements, and we shouldn't go back. I mean, and I'll explain that to you in a few seconds. With regards to stats that happened this year, for example, we've had 106 medical calls this year, 49 motor vehicle collisions, 27 fire calls, 14 extra service calls, and 26 alarm calls. Last year we had 215, and this year we have 223. So as you can see, things are increasing. So we can't go backwards, and I talked to the chief about it just as a point of interest, that, you know, in the daytime here, if we, for example, if we got rid of the 4 full-time firefighters and said, okay, we're going to go back to a volunteer system, there is only one firefighter that works in the town of Holyrood that will be able to respond. Everybody else works or goes to school outside of Holyrood. And the only person, he's down there in the corner, right, that could respond. So if you have a medical emergency and somebody's lying on the floor, if you have to wait for somebody to come from St. John's, go to the fire hall, get the truck, get all the equipment and come up, the next person that's going to show up to you is probably the undertaker, right? So these are just examples of some of the stuff that we need to understand before we start saying, well, we want to go back to a full-time volunteer fire department. And I'll just give you quickly, weekly training. The chief gave me those yesterday. They consume up 1,356 hours. Community events like fire prevention, going to the schools and all these different things, 1,600 hours. Full-time staff put in 8,320 hours for a total of 13,650 hours for staff for 28 firefighters.
Wow.
Okay, which is quite a bit. Okay, and emergency calls, they consume 2,375 hours in 2024. The last part of that I want to go through, they had their awards ceremony on Saturday night and their banquet. It was a great event, a great evening. One of the highlights of the event, and I can't remember the person's name, but it was the MC, and I know there's probably all these different places all over Newfoundland and Labrador probably wants to hook her up now for being the next MC. But I'm going to leave that alone because maybe I can be her agent. Right? Anyway, I just wanted some of the awards. Boots on the Ground is a new award that the fire department just instigated, and that went to Captain Kyle Hocko, who is down there in the corner. But did you want to wake him up to let him know that we're doing it? Also, Officer of the Year, same person, down there in the corner. Firefighter of the Year, Firefighter Dylan Party, and Training Excellence Award, Firefighter Andrew O'Connor. So all outstanding people, and great job. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm not going to take up any more time. Thank you.
Thank you for that great update, Councillor King.
Sorry, I'll turn it over to
Councillor
Councillor
Tilley.
That was that
No.
MC thing that got me off track.
No worries, Councillor King. You could have continued on. I would have been okay. I just wanted to add two quick notes. Again, in the meeting that we attended on Tuesday past, we did also go in depth with the plan that the fire chief has for the town. Again, he's new to this position, but from what we've seen, it is a very well organized plan, and I feel he's going to be a wonderful addition to our town. We talked about, the training that may be needed going forward for the emergency plan, the continuous development of the plan. I can't say development, wrong word. Update of the current plan that we have, because it's already there and developed. We're just updating part of it. I also wanted to add a little part there too about some of the people might have noticed the brand new orange trailer here next door to the Town of Holyrood. That is the Search and Rescue's new mobile command center. That has been a lot of hard work, dedication from the members getting that up and run. Thank you to everybody who has supported us by buying tickets or in any other way. But it's out there now, it's fully operational. It's one of the most state-of-the-art mobile command centers that is in the province. It has internet, it has the new provincial radios, it has everything that is needed to deal with the state of emergency. It was developed and designed through the response of the emergencies that have happened in the province. Basically everything that will be needed to be self-sufficient and to be able to communicate, which is a huge thing in any disaster, is communication, is all out in that mobile command center. So again, hats off to everybody who helped and everybody who worked on it. But other than that, that's my 2 cents worth for this year.
Thank you very much, Councillor Tilley. And if I could just elaborate on a point that Councillor King just made about the paid daytime staff, which is 3 plus the chief. And I think it's important for the public to understand this as well, that we have secured a contract with Nalcor over the past several years. And it's a significant amount of funding, and that certainly went a long ways in, in able to keep our towards our paid staff. So what 2025 holds for that, I don't know. We're working on it. But again, like I said, a significant amount of funding that we have under that contract goes to help pay the salaries for our paid staff. Okay, any questions or comments on public safety? All right, if not, we'll move on to communications. Deputy Mayor and Councillor Crowley.
Well now, good evening everyone. Just the words of the night, quick update. So our communications employee has been calling around, Nola, and I'm sure many of you have had the wonderful opportunity to speak with her so far. But we are noticing that some people have been a little bit hesitant when she does call. So if she leaves a voicemail, or if she does call, please answer, call her back. We are working on a new communication rollout for 2025. So it is vitally important that we have the right information on hand to make sure that every one of our residents is communicated with properly, appropriately, and in the way that they wish to be. So if your main communication is text, that works. Your main communication is Facebook, that works. Email, phone call, whichever it's going to be. But it is very important that we do have all that information on hand. We're not taking social insurance numbers or anything of the such. So I know it's very frustrating because people are getting a lot of phone calls from scam and spam and everything else. But it will be Miss Nola Edison calling from the town office to inquire about how you would prefer communication with your town. So we really encourage people to answer. Is there anything else, Deputy Mayor or Councillor King? Okay, that's it for communication. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Councillor Crawley. Now, we'll move on. You got to stay on your feet. Corporate Service and Administration
Been on my
update.
feet all day. Okay. I'm going to skip the update and go because we're going to have the budget, but we just have our accounts to be resolved here first before we go into our budget 2025. So be it resolved, those accounts tabled in the amount of $238,773.74. Their check numbers D4473 to D4517 and 46486-46563 to be approved for payment from the general account. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Crawley. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Tilley. All those in favour? Motion carried.
So those are our general accounts and paying for all those wonderful things we just talked about that we were doing. And our bank book balance is a healthy $4,670.67 to end off our fiscal year, which is wonderful. Nothing like being in the black
In the black.
at the end of a year.
Okay, thank you very much. And now we will move on to Budget 2025, in which Councillor Crawley will deliver right now.
I will. So I want to welcome everyone. I'm sure we have a few extra observers tonight, and we welcome our directors here as well as our councillors. So in the world of municipal governance in our great province, December is the time of year when all towns must complete their obligation to submit a balanced budget for the year ahead. The process of arriving at a fair and realistic budget takes hard work, attention to detail, and input from all available resources. Tonight, as I stand and present a balanced budget for 2025, I want to assure you and Mayor Gooby, all my council colleagues, and all residents of Holyrood that the Corporate Services and Administration Committee are confident that we have engaged with all stakeholders through a consultation process which provided an opportunity for advice and direction. We would like to thank those who availed themselves of this opportunity to express their thoughts and opinions on how the town should move forward in 2025. The budget we present here tonight is a testament to our commitment to progressive governance and service excellence. This council, together with our staff, have embraced the current report and its recommendations adopted in 2023. And we have used it as a guide to improving how we carry our town operations to maximize the benefit to residents and improve service availability and delivery. We had success in 2024 with the implementation of some of the recommendations and look forward to addressing others in 2025. Both council and staff have focused on providing safe, reliable services for residents through careful planning for sustainable programs and infrastructure, by ensuring deliberate attention to stewardship of financial resources, fostering collaborative partnerships, and ensuring responsive and open local governance. Our activities of 2024 have enabled our council to build a solid foundation for 2025. We're ready to begin the new year with renewed energy and enthusiasm. Mayor Gooby, council colleagues, it is with the deepest respect for our residents and their wish to be members of a Holyrood community. Tonight, I present to you a balanced budget of $4,746,905.43 for the town of Holyrood. This budget is a budget with no tax increases for residents or businesses for the town of Holyrood. Council is dedicated to making decisions which improve the lives of our existing residents while ensuring we provide the perfect condition which invites new members to our community. Therefore, in 2025, there will be a reduction in various rates and fees for residents and for those who wish to build new houses and businesses in our town. We have eliminated the improvement fees associated with new housing and business bills. We have reduced residential and commercial new construction permit fees by 50% based on square meters floor area. We've also reduced general residential repairs and commercial extensions by 50%. We have reduced fees associated with hookups to town services, both water and sewer, for existing houses, and have reduced the cost associated with connecting to our services for new home builders. These savings will lower the cost for those who are not only building new homes in our town, but will also help residents who have already made Holyrood home. We have eliminated fees associated with water shutoff requests due to leaks and emergencies or emergencies and other situations where residents require our help. Council colleagues, these measures are being taken to support our residents and to encourage others to come to Holyrood and to make their place of choice to live, work, and play in a supportive community. The reduction in commercial fees will encourage companies to become members of the Holyrood business community and become good corporate citizens. Council recognizes that our residents are living in a reality of restraint and rising costs of living. Council is not immune to these rising costs, and just as every household has seen an escalation in the cost of goods and services, so too has our town. The cost of providing essential services and operate the town daily has seen exponential growth, so we are very much aware of the present demand on everyone's dollar. In 2025, we'll continue to assist our residents by providing a payment plan whereby residents can pay taxes over an 8-month period with post-dated checks interest-free. Seniors receiving GIS will receive a 20% discount on property tax for their primary residence in Holyrood. We will also reach out to those families who have a combined income of $30,000 or less annually and provide them with a 20% discount on their primary residence. These options are listed on your invoice, and we encourage residents to consider their best option and reach out to us to ensure they receive discounts if they qualify. This full budget document is an integral component of the future of Holyrood and its residents. To ensure the best possible service delivery to residents and set the pace for new residential and commercial growth, we have looked within our various departments to see how we can positively affect the present and the future. Each department has generated a budget developed around a plan to ensure residents have prime services at the lowest cost possible. In the area of general government, enables the town to engage in qualified professional and purchase services such as legal, auditing, consulting, and engineering. Costs associated with the property assessment services, after-hour services, council remuneration, and engineering experts, as well as supplies and general maintenance, comprise this budget category. This category allows the town to provide funding to the breakfast program and other events at Holy Cross Elementary and Roncalli Central High School. The general budget category encompasses much of the daily operations of our municipality, including insurance costs and some management and clerical salaries. This category consumes $1,013,050.12 of budget 2025. Our fire department, as mentioned earlier, is second to none in terms of their ability to respond to emergencies, and their dedication to their certifications, their continuous training sessions, and their overall delivery service to residents is quite remarkable. We have witnessed an increase in the volume of calls, which have included structure fires, accidents, and medical calls, and our team has answered the call. Each time those vehicles roll out, these dedicated individuals put their own lives at risk to assist others. They deserve our collective appreciation. Holyrood is very fortunate to have this department and its members to protect us, our families, and the town. This year, we took ownership of a new rescue vehicle, which enhances our ability to respond to emergencies with much more efficiency. We also upgraded computers, monitors, and access to the shared filing system so firefighters can complete their reporting and recording tasks more efficiently. Safety of all our residents is key objective, and Council will continue to work with all stakeholders to ensure we are informed and proactive in the areas of safety, including weather events and their effect on the community and its homeowners. In 2025, we'll continue our attempt to have radon kits when they become available for our residents requesting them. Your safety is important to all of your council. The budget category is titled Protective Services and requires $608,590.87 to fulfill its mandate in 2025. Council members around this table are committed to providing reliable, essential services to residents using the latest technologies. Technology fosters efficiency and effectiveness, creating a foundation for improved planning, scheduling, and management. Essential services such as water, sewer, and roads are key to the overall well-being of the town and its residents. We must provide good, clean, reliable, and safe water. We must provide adequate sewer services, to residents. We must improve and upgrade our roads, provide safe transportation options during both winter and summer. These services require attention continuously, and not only does council have to deal with the here and now, but we must also plan for 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, so others will come and make Holyrood their home. The category of the budget which addresses these services is transportation services. This is the single most demanding category simply because it encompasses such a wide range of services. We also use as many government programs as possible in this category to help us extend and improve services which are core to residents. Presently, we're using a 90-10 cost sharing with government to improve water access on the Salmon line. This project just completed and has been very successful. Opens an opportunity for us to secure long-term water access from an alternate source along Big Triangle Pond. The installation of new water tank, which will be completed in 2025, will provide security so that our water will be readily accessible without interruption due to aging tank issues. We're very excited about our sewer project, which will give us a new treatment plant in this phase, costing us $2.2 million on a 90-10 arrangement. This is phase 1 of a 3-phase project which will greatly improve our waste management. This town does not have a place to gather and celebrate and take part in collective, inclusive events. Through cost sharing, we are now in the process of completing a concept for a community center. A place, your place, to come together as a community and take part in various activities. Public consultations will occur in 2025 to allow residents to help us shape what that building should look like. Again, this is a cost-shared initiative which will maximize community life in our town. A good, safe, and reliable transportation system is key to community. We continue to complete ditching activities, culvert replacement, paving, line painting on town-owned sites, as we work toward providing safe travel to residents and visitors. The category of transportation also carries the maintenance of existing town-owned buildings, all facilities, including outdoor facilities such as parks, boardwalk, and festival grounds. And given the magnitude of the activity associated with this department, including permanent and seasonal staff, this category requires $1,412,176.52 in 2025. The emphasis on a healthy environment is not lost on the members of council and staff as we strategically identify a work plan for 2025. We are all aware of the importance of the well-being of our planet through our environmental footprint. So council continues to encourage recycling and composting. We need to take responsibility for our properties and to do our part to ensure we're protecting our place on this earth. Some things are simple. Keep your property tidy. Take pride in your immediate area by using proper disposal methods. This year, council is looking to you, our residents, to ensure you compost when possible, recycle, manage your plastics, and use the services of recycling, bulk garbage, and domestic garbage curbside pickup. These services are paid by the town for you through your taxes. So you, the residents, are paying for this service, and you need to make sure you use them so our town is a tidy, clean place to call home. In an effort to support and promote the composting program, the town has submitted an application to the Multi-Materials Stewardship Board for funding to assist us in preparing a composting educational program, as well as the purchase of compost bins. We're hoping that we will be successful in this initiative. Environmental health category of this budget, which includes chlorination system maintenance, requires $461,271 in 2025. Holyrood is a small rural town fostering community growth and development. In the first 10 months of 2024, 24 new housing applications were approved. New families are moving into our town, and council is excited for this to continue in 2025. With increased interest in our town, we must be prepared for expansion in an organized fashion. Council recognizes the need for various housing requirements, such as smaller homes, senior living, subdivision planning. These various housing requirements dictate attention to zoning, and our council continues to work with our planning department and our town planner to ensure we have a plan which promotes development in an orderly manner. Our new town plan has been vetted through the consultation process for comments in 2024. This open and inclusive process, involving discussions with the planning committee and the town planner, council members, and the general public, has led us to a point where a final review of the plan is available on the website for residents to review and comment. This final stage will see the plan being vetted through our legal counsel and on to government for approval early 2025. In the category of planning and development, council recognizes the need for healthy economic development to sustain the town. We're continuously reaching out to improve and grow our business community. Small business is the backbone of every community, and we recognize their contribution to longevity in Holyrood. Council and staff continue to look for ways to broaden our business base, to inform and support existing businesses, and invite new business to establish here. OHI, Oceans Holyrood Initiative, is a government-funded initiative to help us broaden our outreach to new business through the ocean sector, and we will continue this initiative in 2025 with new focus. The planning and development category of the budget requires $108,236 in 2025. Recreation and community events is an extremely important component of community living, and council has continuously supported the various recreational programs and events in the town. These events are key to the overall well-being of our residents and the community. Through the collective efforts of staff and council members, Holyrood can boast a very encompassing recreational program which sees opportunities throughout the entire year. Programs are available for the very young and the most senior of our community. The offerings are affordable and inclusive. Our goal is to promote healthy, active living, and will continue to support improvements in recreation and culture by expanding our offerings and providing the required infrastructure. We're working with various groups and organizations to bring improved options for all residents to take part in recreational activities. In 2025, we'll see phase 2 of our boardwalk improvements move forward. We will also continue to work with our various partners to improve existing recreational facilities and infrastructure, and this category of our budget requires $300,145.30 in 2025. Mayor Gooby, fellow councillors, it's been an exciting year. It's been one for the books. We started 2025 with a new operational guide and a new strategic plan. We as council, together with our staff, set out to make a difference and to do things differently to improve how we do business on behalf of our residents. There were changes to be made, and we had to find a way to blend delivery of improvements with changes in structure and how we actually do business here already. Well, Mayor, I'm proud to report a passing grade on our report card for 2024. So through the support of our competent staff, council can proudly inform all residents that substantial improvements have been seen through the current report. Some of those accomplishments include maintain the mill rate for 2025, achieved for 2025. Complete detailed review of all expenditures, we complete that quarterly. Yeah. Adopt departmental structures in the organizational review, completed. Develop departmental business plans, completed for 2025. Review and reduce town's fees for residential development, completed for 2025. Meet with the COA and government department officials to discuss funding opportunities, completed on both levels of government. Renewed MOU with Marine Institute, completed. Prepare a business plan for green transit, this is in progress. Yes, we still have work to do, but we embraced the changes required and made huge strides in achieving our goals. Our greatest achievement is the reduction of our debt ratio. In our budget of 2024, we had a starting ratio of 13%. Tonight, I report to you the debt ratio for 2025 is 11%. This achievement is a result of careful fiscal management by our team, our council, and our staff. The fiscal service category of our budget accounts for our borrowing, but it also accounts for the amount of uncollectible taxes, discounts, and bank charges. And this category has a total of $843,435.62 for 2025. Mayor, council colleagues, residents, the total expenditures for 2025 is $4,746,905.43. As with our household budgets, not mine, but I'm trying. Proper budgeting must include revenue as well as expenditure. Our financial team have carefully monitored spending over 2024 with careful and constant vigilance from all department directors and oversight from the finance department. We can move into 2025 with a great sense of security that we can meet our budgetary needs. The largest contributor to our revenue is our tax system. Through the taxation of property, business properties, as well as water and sewer, the town of Holyrood is expected to collect $4,187,230.43 in 2025. The sales of goods and services include revenue realized through recreation activities and fire service fees paid by service areas outside our Holyrood boundary. And this portion of our budget will bring $110,000. With our reduced fee structure, the town will still see a contribution of $113,000 within the category of other sources of income. Transfers from the government include our municipal operating grant and our gas tax funds. The category of government transfers will bring $267,675 into our budget. As an added component of this budget, we are bringing forward a surplus from 2023. The surplus of $69,000 brings our total budget revenue to $4,746,905.43. A balanced budget. A budget designed to benefit the residents of Holyrood with a fair and realistic rates and fee structure, with improving our facilities, protecting and growing our infrastructure. This budget is designed to improve Holyrood for all residents. We'll continue to evaluate, improve, and grow our recreational programs and community events to ensure Town of Holyrood is an inclusive, healthy community. Mayor Gooby, my council colleagues, 2024 was an inaugural year under the new strategic plan and reorganized operational plan directed by the current report. It has been challenging, but a successful year. Thank you to all council members and all staff for your commitment. That helped create the conditions for change and progress, which go hand in hand. 2025 is just weeks away, and we're ready to serve residents by making Town of Holyrood community of choice. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Crowley. So now
Our motions.
we can move the motion, and after the first motion, then if any councillor wishes to speak to the budget, feel free to do so, and then we'll move on with the second resolution.
Okay. Be it resolved that the Town of Holyrood, in accordance with the Municipalities Act, Section 75 to 79, adopt a 2025 budget with operating revenues and expenditures totaling $4,746,905.43. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Crawley, seconded by Councillor King. Further discussion. So Councillor Crawley, you gets to speak first because you made the motion, and then you can close debate.
Okay, I think this has been a long budgetary process, just like every other year, with the exception of our quarterly reviews. So by introducing those quarterly reviews, and introducing some strategic operation plans like having invoices, having a 30-day turnaround for invoices, so we know what we have, we know what we spent. I really, truly think the budget process was a little bit easier this year. I know, I think there was a fraction less meetings than we had to go to this year. And I do think we made some great improvements and great strides, and there's so much wonderful things. We're looking into the new sewer system, our new water system. We're looking into our new facilities, community center, and I think 2025 is going to bring some great stuff.
Thank you very much. Further comments? I'll go around.
Yeah. I just wanted to say congratulations to Laura on delivering a great budget speech, and to your Councillor Bruce King, and the Corporate Services Committee, and all of council and all of staff who work so hard at bringing down a balanced budget. I just want to say I fully support the budget. We were able to maintain the mill rate. We were able to eliminate or reduce rates and fees, while still maintaining the quality and efficiency of the services within the town. So I just wanted to say thanks to everybody. I think we did a great job this year for sure.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Who's next to speak? Councillor King.
Only got 12 pages. No, I'm just kidding. First of all, I want to thank everybody who helped produce this document. I mean, staff, council, everybody had a role to play in it, and it's great. And I mean, a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, a lot of time, very little gnashing of teeth, which was a good thing. So I want to thank everybody who had any part in it. I also want to thank Councillor Crowley for articulating the budget so well. Not hard to tell she's a teacher. And there are four characteristics, believe it or not, of a good budget. And I'm not going to ask anybody, do you know what they are? Put anybody on the spot. But I will tell you anyway. The first one is well planned. And I think this budget, between staff and council, was very well planned. Flexible. The budget is, all budgets should be flexible, no different than your own budget at home, right? You got, different bills that you weren't expecting, so you got to be prepared. And I think we are. Realistic, which is very important. And I know we all think that this is a very realistic budget. The numbers are not, blown out of proportion or anything like that. They're there, and they are the exact numbers, which is good. And of course, the last one, clearly communicated to the public, which it has been tonight, and which it will be in the days to come when it goes online and stuff like that. So all of those things were done. I just want to, just a couple of points. The rescue vehicle, absolutely. It was just fitted out with a brand new set of tools to be able to excavate, take people out of vehicles, the jaws of life and all these different things, which will come in handy. Glad to hear about the radon kits, because that is an issue that's becoming very important today all across the province, and residents here should be well aware of it as well. Okay. The lowering of tax or fees and the eliminating of some, as we said before, in order to attract people, we have to be competitive. I mean, it's no different having a store. If you have a store on one side, Marie's got a store on one side of the street, and she's selling gas for $1, and I'm selling gas for $1.50, I can pretty well put my feet up because there's nobody coming to buy gas from me. So you need to be competitive, and that's exactly what these fees, eliminating some of them and reducing some of them, that will help us be more competitive with the communities to our left and the communities to our right. Bulk garbage, absolutely. This year we had 1,098 people or households that were qualified to participate in the bulk garbage collection. 66 of those only use the service. So we have a bit of work to do when it comes to educating the public, because this year those fees are gone up to $225 a household, and $15 of that goes towards one pickup of bulk garbage. So if we're not using that, Eastern Regional Service Board is getting all that money for absolutely nothing. So we need to better educate and let people understand that this is your money that's being wasted, and there's no need of it. And the other one, which is good, is the compost bins, because that goes hand in hand with the cost of garbage, because the more items that we can compost and recycle, the less tonnage we have to send to the dump, and the less it will cost us and residents. 6 more pages to go. Anyway, that's all I have, and like I said, we covered the four characteristics of a good budget. I think we've hit all 4 of them, and I have absolutely no problems supporting this budget. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor King. Councillor Tilley.
I just wanted to add, this is the first budget that I have been through. The work that has gone through it by the directors, the staff, the council was phenomenal. Everybody worked together as a team to find the best solution for our residents and for our town. And I was truly thankful for the questions that I asked. Some of them probably not the most, I probably should know, but everyone had lots of patience with me with learning the process. And I look forward to seeing it roll out and being good for the community and for the town. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor King?
Well, I'd just like to say a big thank you, first of all, to the staff here, to our corporate service committee, and to my fellow councillors, because it is a feat to bring in a balanced budget. And this one went really well all fall. There was no squabbling or nothing else. Everything went well. To me, it's almost like seeing one of my Christmas wishes realized this year. To see that
We wonder what it is.
finally getting a community center. It's almost like Santa Claus is coming early. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Councillor King. Councillor Windsor?
Yeah, I mean, I could say nothing and just, ditto to a lot of the good comments from all the council, but I mean, I have to speak to echo just number one, the support of an excellent budget. And congratulations, Laura, for so well articulating the budget, and also Bruce and Corporate Services Committee, it's you guys, and staff. And I think, like you mentioned, like there's no gnashing of the teeth, and it went smoothly. And I think a lot of that does come out of the current report and a sort of shifting focus or approach to the way of doing business here, like each director having a business plan and treating each department like a business. And once you have all those building blocks, it really came together in a really logical manner. And some of the highlights there, like Bruce was talking about, and Deputy Mayor Woodford, like the elimination of fees, and that was a lot of commentary in the budget. I think that's big, right? Like nationally, we're talking about removing the red tape for new housing. We are in a housing crisis, so stripping out some of those nonsensical fees, I think is excellent. The water and sewer projects, the continuation of the next phase of the boardwalk, and yes, a community center. I mean, really proud to be part of the process. It was a huge collective effort driven by staff and the leadership of the CAO and the mayor. Excellent job, guys, and I think the best is yet to come. Well done. Let's make the motion.
Thank you very much, Councillor Windsor. And I just have a couple of quick notes here, because I think that you've all covered all the points here, and I certainly want to thank our Corporate Services Committee, including our Director of Finance, Marie Searle, our CAO, who certainly had a hand in every aspect of this and every step of the way. A lot of time, a lot of effort has gone into it. My council colleagues, thank you so much. We've had several meetings, several discussions, points from all sides, a lot of figures to work through, but I'm very pleased this year with this budget. Just a few notes here. I think that we took a balanced approach in recognizing and addressing the priorities of our residents. We've decided, and this I know I'm reiterating what was said, but I'd like to say it anyway. We've decided to reduce and/or eliminate several rates and fees. Big step forward. And like you just said, eliminating red tape and saving our residents and future residents, a fair dollar. We've been moving forward with the preliminary work on the long-awaited community centre, which Councillor King is very excited about. And the need for such a facility expressed by residents for some time. This has been ongoing now for several years, but unfortunately we weren't in a position to advance that forward. But now we have. Preliminary work has started, and it's a project well underway. And like I said, residents, they've communicated that on many times that there's a need here for an area that will accommodate people of all ages, from children, seniors, families, for parties, for anniversaries, you name it. We'll have a facility that will be able to accommodate all the needs. And again, we will also be going through a consultation process with our public to make sure that we will have everything covered off. Our debt servicing ratio, as Councillor Crowley alluded to, has been reduced from 13% down to 11%. And according to the recommendation under the operational review, the current report, was that we should be down to 12.2%, I think, this year. And here we, right? And so now we're ahead of that, and we've actually got our debt servicing ratio down to 11%. And that's a very comfortable and healthy position to be in. And it's on par with most municipalities across the province. And through cost-shared funding, we will be undertaking the complete overhaul of our aging sewage treatment plant. And that's something as well that we've heard loud and clear for the last several years from residents, that something has to be done. Because that treatment plant, I think, was put there probably in the 70s. It's aging, and now it needs a significant overhaul. We have the funding in place, cost-shared funding. The engineering work is underway, and we hope to get this completed sooner than later. But it's a great benefit for the whole community. So as you can see, that's just a couple of points. Everything else has been covered off. I think this is considered a diversified budget, as we took a balanced approach in the preparation of this document. So once again, thanks to everyone who were involved in this process, and let's get it over the line now and make the motion, Councillor Crowley.
Motion is made, we just need a vote.
We just need to vote.
Yep.
Okay, all those in favor, please raise your hands. Those against, motion is carried.
I think that's my
And we have
Christmas
one
wish
more
list
there.
on. One more. Be it resolved that the Town of Holyrood, in accordance with the Municipalities Act, Section 75 to 79, adopt the attached 2025 schedule of taxes, rates, and fees to take effect January 1st, 2025. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Crowley, seconded by Councillor King. Further discussion?
Oh, just to say that it will be up on our website as soon as possible if anyone is looking for that information.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor? Against, motion is carried.
Congratulations to all.
Okay, so that is the budget, and we'll go get under new business here now, starting with Deputy Mayor. Any points?
No points to make with regards to any of the further discussion, but just wanted to wish all the residents of Holyrood a happy or very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hope everyone stays safe and healthy and happy during the holiday season. Wanted to extend that as well to our mayor and my council colleagues and staff here in the building, and our public works staff and our fire department. you know, I wish everyone a much-deserved break during the holiday season and look forward to getting back to it in 2025. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor King.
Exactly what the deputy mayor said. No, ditto. No, I just wanted to say the same thing. Wish everybody, all residents and all staff and council, very Merry Christmas and a safe one as well, and a very prosperous New Year. And the last point, if anybody out there happens to see a homeless moose, tell them to drop by and I will take them in for the winter. Thank you.
You still don't have your moose. All right. Thank you, sir. Councillor Crawley.
It's hard to follow. But I do want to make a couple of points. I'm sorry, I know everyone's heard a lot from me, but I just want to point out that in front of the RCMP detachment in Holyrood, there is a wish tree, and I had the privilege and honor to help organize and host the lighting of the wish tree there on last Wednesday. And thank you, staff. Councillor King and Councillor Tilley were there as well to help out. But I also want to say, if you want to stop by and drop off a donation to the RCMP, or if you want to go on to the Newfoundland Make-A-Wish Foundation, for every $25 donation is made, a light bulb changes from red to white. So you can see the changing of the tree all the time. You drive past and you can see it's just gradually turning white, which is fantastic. We want to do a hats off to our public works staff who actually took the time out of their own time. They didn't do it on town time. They actually put up the tree and secured it and everything for this great cause. So I want to thank them. For those that need a little bit of support, we want to thank Love Lincoln Foundation and the towns across, I'm afraid I'm going to miss them all now, from Holyrood over to Colliers, I'm going to say, the towns and parishes who have been collecting toys, gifts, food hampers, monetary donations and everything to support our families who need a little bit extra support. If you need that extra support, reach out to Love Lincoln or the town or the parishes. And yeah, it's been great. I would really appreciate everyone who has pitched in and helped. So we wish everyone a very happy holidays. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Councillor Tilley.
I guess I also want to say ditto with everything that has been done for with the council and with the staff here in the last year. It's been phenomenal. They well deserve a break over the Christmas time. I hope everybody has time to enjoy with their family and their friends and their loved ones. I would also like just to add into that this is the time of year that everybody needs to be a little bit more kinder. We have a lot of people who are in a lot of rush trying to get their last minute things done. It's a hectic time of year, and there's a lot of people out there that Christmas is not the most happiest and joyful occasion. It's the time when there are, seniors that are in their homes that don't see anybody. So just take the extra time to smile, just to hold open the door, just to be kind. The smile from somebody you give in a grocery store could be the only interaction that they see over Christmas. So please make sure that you make that extra oomph to pass along some Christmas cheer. But other than that, I wish everybody a great holidays and a safe and enjoyable Christmas season.
Thank you, Councillor Tilley. Great point. Councillor King.
Well, I can only reiterate what everybody else said. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone out there, to everyone here. But there's one group I'd like to congratulate tonight and say what a great job they did on making a new float for our parade. It was a fantastic job. So thank you to the public work staff for the job they did on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor Windsor.
It's always a struggle to figure out how to get the last word in, right? Merry Christmas to all a good night. But some really good points made, right, by all the council here as we went around the room, and I was reflecting on it, and I was watching the news the other day, and donations are down across the country, right? Everybody's hurting. no matter how much money you're making or not making, stretching a dollar now is a challenge. You fill up that grocery cart, and people are making a lot of hard choices on what they are going to put in that cart, or what they're going to put on on the thermostat to heat their house and to pay their rent and everything, you know. So if you can, as Mabel said, be kind to one another. If you can spare a dollar, you know, when we go in to see the Salvation Army people there, it's not just a bucket now. They got the tap. They've adopted the technology, right? So that's great. I mean, do what you can and try to ease the burden for everybody, right? It's a community. It really is. And that's some heavy duty stuff, but for some levity, I just want to note that Patrick Line is back in the lineup and he's got 3 goals in 4 games. So Montreal's going to turn it around in 25. Everybody who mayor.
Okay. Well, everything has been said, so when he gets to speak last, you know, you're anyway, I just want to wish you all and all the residents of Holyrood a very Merry Christmas, all the best in the new year, and we will see you back here in 2025 for another good year. Okay, with that said, the date of the next meeting is January the 7th at 6 p.m. Could I have a motion to adjourn, please? Moved by Deputy Mayor, seconded by Councillor Windsor. All those in favor? Meeting is adjourned.